certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Yes!
Fellas, I feel this is my lucky day.
Brilliant.
Bong. Bong.
Hey, and welcome to another episode of Rankum. I forgot to mute everyone, so you've got to hear JPO throughout that clip. But it's going to be a fun one today. We're talking about top 12 cameos and wrestlers in TV shows. Before anyone points out, yes, I know the picture on the screenshots of the Big Show show. He doesn't count, but there is some in that show that does. But I've got a great panel here. Brian, how's it going?
It's going good. This should be a good time. This was a great idea for a Rankum, and should we see what makes the overall list at the end.
Also here, we love him. It's JPO. JPO, how's it going?
You love me, dude. Thank you. No, doing great, man. I love this. Both my best worlds here. Either wrestlers appearing in movies or TV. I go on my way sometimes to watch them. I even did a little bit of research for this episode to try to find things I wasn't aware of. So, yeah, it'll be an interesting discussion to see what ends up making the list here.
It's also a TV list, so I've got Tim here. Tim, how's it going?
I mean, basically the area's historian TV person and all this trivia stuff when everyone wants to focus. Movies are the greatest. And then all of a sudden I come in like, okay, let's go over some history, folks. But yeah, it's good to be here. Just getting back from a much needed vacation. So it's good to get into this. And yeah, I like what JPO said. I think everyone's going to have a different genre of choices here. I think there's going to be a lot of younger shows on there. There's a lot of older ones I remember from my childhood, from old Cameos. So it's going to be interesting to see everybody's choices and everybody's taste.
Yeah, but that how the switch. We're going to nominate like wrestlers that have cameo in TV shows. And if it gets the majority of yeses, it'll make the list. And the quality I did do for this is like, in some cases where there's multiple episodes in the same, multiple wrestlers in the same episode, they all just count as like one slot. So it's like, to use the example, it's like, so there was an episode of Charmed. There was multiple wrestlers in an episode. They all count as one slot because there's no point in having them all separate for just the same cameo area, if that makes any sense. And then if wrestler has had multiple cameos in the same TV show, they still count. There is some ones that I'm not too sure about, but we'll see what happens. If they come up, they come up. But Brian, we're going to go to you first. Who's the first cameo you're going to bring up?
I'll bring up for The Simpsons, Bret Hart, the episode where Mitch Burns loses all the money and Bret Hart buys his match. It's a good cameo, and also you can find the figure of Bret Hart in stores from this cameo of The Simpsons. So I'll try for Bret Hart.
JPO, what do you say about Bret Hart from The Simpsons?
I knew this was going to happen, and I'm going to be a heel already on the show. It's a no for me because it is one scene, and it got to figure because I think they knew it would sell, which it makes sense. I know Chris Cass probably don't, but I would want to buy that figure. But I get it's one scene. Brett doesn't even realize he's playing himself. That was something that was done later on in post-production. So he's not even Brett playing Brett. So it's a weird like mix of Brett playing somebody else, even though it is Brett. So yeah, it's a slight no for me. I don't mind if it makes it though, because it is something that comes to mind at first.
And Tim, what do you say about Bret Hart from The Simpsons?
I'm kind of going to agree with, I can't believe I want to say this. I can't believe I'd agree with JPO on something. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
and here's where I come with it with something like The Simpsons of the cameos, like what JPO said. It was just a quick cameo. I consider something more like this of like a guest star role. And The Simpsons had a lot of that because at the time, whenever they were going on with their show, it was more of that pop culture zeitgeist of popping in with this or random predictions that later become true if you want to go in that conspiracy theory route, which, it's a
Sam
another discussion.
Dead.
Yes, and South Park carried on that with their different cameos of this person, that person, this celebrity. Tom Cruise is a fudge packer, all that. So I would say no for this, but I do remember a lot of those cameo episodes on The Simpsons, but I'm going to go with no on this one.
Yeah. And yeah, well, out of the two Simpsons cameos that could make this list, I do prefer this one a little bit more. But I do also agree with JPO on the same level, because this is just a really quick cameo. It's like just Bret Hart coming in, just like, this smells of old man stink, and yeah, so the other one may or may not come up later. We'll see, but I also probably would lean slightly to no on this. But JPO, we're going to go to you. Who's the first one you're going to bring up?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the guy. I think 2 or 3 episodes for good old Leon Scott, the Vader, and Boy Meets World. Here he's introduced as one of the bullies, Ethan Suplee's dad. Hell yeah, you know it's gonna come up. I want to be the one.
Yeah, I was hoping it was gonna be from me, asshole.
Hey, so now I get to nominate something else. I disagree with this here in a second. So yeah, Suplee's dad. It's funny episode with him. And then like a season or so later, get an even bigger episode where he's fighting Jake Roberts, which I guess in that world he's the face and Roberts the heel. So it's also bizarre WWF world. But yeah, Corey and Sean are going back and forth between that and like another date thing here. And it's just always fun whenever Vader popped up. He has some cool moments with Suplee at home, which is really fun as well. And yeah, so Vader on Boy Meets World.
Tim, what are you going to say about Vader and Boy Meets World?
Well, to give your audience a more history lesson of that episode of JPO's quick thought, or what was going on in that
Don't
episode.
just shit on it. Just go longer. I'm sorry.
No, I know. But I mean, with Corey being Corey and his permanent life partner Sean working to help Frankie in the mystery of someone that loves him that he feels it doesn't love him back. Of course, that's his dad, Vader. And Vader taking up with more of his little brother that wants to follow in that wrestling persona of his instead of Frankie, who is more poetry, a softer soul. And Corey and Sean helping with the wrestling knowledge to get Frankie and his dad bonding together, while at the same time of the will they, won't they with Corey and Topanga and the high school dance of running in between. Which I think it was Madison Square Garden they were filming that in between that and fucking high school. So that's a one hell of a run in TV standards. But a nice sweet moment, Frankie and his dad bond at the end. And of course, Corey and Topanga have their dance in the middle of the ring as they move over so Vader can fucking bomb the mat. But yeah, I would put it on there. It's a great cameo, a great guest role for a show that already has its feel for world characters and lore. So I'd say, yeah, that's a top pick for me.
Yeah, I was also hoping I was going to be the first time to bring this one.
Yeah. I know, Malcolm. This happens every fucking time you have me on here. First it's Matt Kearns, now it's JPO. What next? You're going to have I don't know. Some case come with an American show and outdo me for age. What the hell?
Random Diaz drop for no reason.
Oh God.
But yeah, no. I came to Boy Meets World much later on. Like, saw it for the first time when it dropped on Disney Plus. But it's a great show, and yeah, the Vader cameos I think was fantastic, and it was just a good way to sort of utilize them in it. And yeah, so it's an easy yes for me. Brian, what do you say about Vader and Boy Meets World?
I will skip it, but yes, I really done this episode. One of my favorite episodes of the series. And I'm not sure if this is the episode where they became wrestling fans afterwards, but I do agree it's a good cameo. It's a yes.
Vader is going to be the first one that's going to make this list. Tim, who's the first one you're going to bring up?
Oh, now I have to really go in here. Thanks, JPO.
Oh no! Now you get to talk about another great show. Well, you're welcome, motherfucker.
Well, I mean, it's hard because that was going to be my first choice of going through all of them. There's another Boy Meets World I wouldn't mind talking about later, but I think I'm going to start with a great show back on a new network back in the 90s called Fox that, was that rebel trying to compete with the big three, coming with a show called Married with Children. And a great show if you've ever seen it. Great role model for all of us Al Bundy in today's world. But this would be from, I want to say, season 10, when a lot of the characters are older and what have you. And this is Bud Bundy, Al's son, in college now, becoming a man, and he wants to get into his father's group of, men against women, no ma'am. So they give him a task where he has to get a picture with the one, the only King Kong Bundy, who plays a lot of different, had another guest role earlier on in that show as part of Peggy's Family. But this one, he's himself, he's King Kong Bundy. Bud has to wrestle him, and that's his initiation into no man that the guys give him. But the guys can't go to see the wrestling match like they wanted because their wives make them go on romantic dates, and of course, they're stuck doing that. And they all end up watching the match on TV, and the women get extremely worked up. And let's just say at the end of it, Bud gets his picture with King Kong Bundy after the match, but doesn't get in the no man because Al's wife puts him in the hospital after aggressive sex and causes Al to just get rid of the initiation because now wrestling is bad for no man because the wives get too worked up.
Yeah, I never really got into like Married with Children. Like I tried a lot, but it's just never. But I'm pretty patient with this. I did watch various clips of because I found a super cut of clips of other of cameos and all that showed them all, and this one was included, and then yeah, this was it's was really entertaining from what I could see, and I kind of laughed a little bit at it too, so I thought it was just entertaining. So I'm gonna give this a yes. Brian, what do you say about King Kong Bundy for Married with Children?
I also watched the series Super King and Malcolm the wrestlers for the series for this episode, and I dug the appearance. I like another appearance he has when he plays Peg's side members. I do enjoy that. Maybe that could be probably wrong. But for this cameo appearance, I'll say yes.
Dominant twice.
And JPO, what do you say about King Kong Bundy from Married with Children?
I would have been a heel instead of slide. No, I've always found the show overrated, and there's other ones that I liked a little bit more here. But I know it's another one that comes to mind, so I'm glad it's here.
But it's on to me for my first pick, and I'm going to try for this one. I don't know how people kind of feel about the show per se, but I'm bringing up the trio of Booker T, Scott Steiner, and Buff Bagwell from the Charmed episode Wrestling with Demons. And because I've always been a big fan of Charmed and genuine, I thought this episode was really fun. Basically, the plot is they go to this underground fight club where they're sort of fighting for souls and that, and probably did a bad job of remembering it, but you had Booker T, Scott Steiner, and Buff Bagwell here, and they get to wrestle them, and I think it's just a really, really fun cameo and just sort of interesting way to utilize them as well. But Brian, what do you say about Booker T, Scott Steiner, and Buff Bagwell from Charmed?
I haven't seen the series, but I saw some clips of their appearance. It was decent. I would give it a no.
JPO, what do you say about Booker T, Scott Steiner, and Buff Bagwell from Charmed?
It's gonna be a no for me as well. I don't think they really give enough to do. They're basically just kind of generic, demon wrestler 1, 2, and 3 from what I remember. And yeah, so I mean, it's a cool episode. Again, if you're a wrestling fan, check it out. But there's the ones that I have way above it.
And Tim, what do you say about Booker T, Scott Steiner, and that from Charmed?
I remember that episode. I was a big Charmed fan too. It was Prue trying to save her boyfriend from a demon pack, and of course it goes medieval with that weird wrestling cameo of demon wrestling fighting with Ron Perlman also guest starred in the
Yeah.
same episode too. I mean, yeah, it really was just one of those quick cameos of like, oh, we need 3 wrestlers in WCW. Of course, on TNT was big, so they did a show or they did a cameo for it. Which I mean, it was fine. It was a weird, charmed guest starring role. Prue fighting Scott Steiner in a wrestling ring, horrible choreography. Yeah, I'd probably. If it was later on and we were looking for like a last entry, sure, it could get in. But yeah, I think early on it was kind of an early stretch, though. So I'd say no to.
That's it. But Brian, what is the next one you're going to bring up?
I'll bring up John Cena for Parks and Rec for the episode Johnny Karai's musical spectacular episode. I really dug his cameo. He just guest appearance on Andy's TV show. Trying to teach him how to be a grown up and yeah, it's a good cameo, very fun cameo for Cena. So I'll try for Parks and Rec.
JPO, what do you say about John Cena from Parks and Rec?
God, I'm such a fucking heel this episode. I'm gonna say yes. I swear, I'm gonna say yes. It's a no for me. I love Parks and Rec. I just did a rewatch not that long ago. I think it's a wonderful, maybe top 10 sitcom for me. But again, it's a very quick cameo. It's a very fun to watch. Again, like in a bubble, as a wrestling fan. But I think it's just that it's Cena, and it's kind of in and out very quickly in one of the last episodes. And I think there's a better John Cena nomination here where he actually gets to play a full character with an arc. So it's got to be a no for me.
Tim, what do you say about John Cena from Parks and Rec?
I mean, I've always been a big Cena fan. I followed him since the early Dr. Thugonomic days, coming out of OVW, even as the prototype. God, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking there. I'm glad he got out of that. But it was just a quick one. If it was later on the list, sure, it'd be another one of thinking about. Like, yeah, it could be fine, but I know what JPO's talking about, which I'm sure he's probably going to bring up later for the other John Cena cameo in another show. But yeah, I'd go with no on this one too.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the John Cena cameos, I think this one is the least memorable to me. I love Parks and Rec. Because
Great show.
I was looking at the list. I was like, wait, John Cena was in Parks and Rec. Why do I not remember this? I
even remember when the episode first aired, being excited and then being like, "Oh shit, he's just kind of in and out real quick,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I also would have slightly gone no on this too, which pains me because I do love Parks and Rec. But JP, we're going to go back to you. What is the next nomination?
Yeah, I've met a lot of cool wrestlers in the past several years. Coolest one I met though, and he's very funny on the show. Roddy Piper is the maniac on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They end up having their own wrestling event, which is great and funny in its own right. And they hire Piper as the maniac. He's so much fun. He's got some quick one-liners of he mentions his kids, and they go, "Oh, you have kids?" And he just kind of has this dead stare. No. There's obviously a troubled past that they never quite say. But that's the fun part about it. And then they loved him so much that a few years later, I forgot if it was a Thanksgiving episode or whatever, but there's another thing where his kid doesn't necessarily make sense to be there, but it's just because he's just so much fun. They brought him back a few years later to do it again in an episode that has nothing to even do with wrestling the second time around. So yeah, Piper and It's Always Sunny, really fun.
Tim, what do you say about Rowdy Roddy Piper from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Watching this, I was at this. I was more of a Trailer Park Boys fan, watching more than Sunny. But seeing this episode and Piper's cameo, I really wish Piper's character in this was in the Trailer Park episode with the Trailer Park Wrestling when Bubbles was wrestling. I forget what the green blog, whatever his wrestling character name was, but it would have fit in perfectly with that episode. But about with It's Always Sunny in that cameo, it's a great episode, a great little cameo. They did they did a lot of that, some tragic backstories for certain characters just escaping that. I thought that was always a big TV trope with a lot of shows, not just Sunny. But I would put it up there. I'd say it's a great cameo.
Yeah, I've only seen the first season and a half of It's Always Sunny, but this cameo is also on the supercut that I mentioned earlier. And yeah, Rowdy Pop is just one of those wrestlers who's just generally very entertaining, no matter where you put him. And yeah, it was just a very entertaining cameo, and a lot of fun. It makes me excited to go to eventually get to that episode, to see the full episode. Yeah, so it's a yes for me. But Brian, what do you say about Rowdy Piper from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I'll go with yes as well. I dug the cameo. He's able to have a lot of fun with the character. Some good humorous moments there. Sometimes I would always just go with my head with the squirrels. Make me bad. I will give it a yes.
That Rowdy Piper's going to make the list. Tim, we go back to you for your next nomination.
I'm going to go with couple episode arc from The Flash season 4 with one of my favorite WCW wrestlers, Bill Goldberg, playing basically, I call it for that season, Barry's prison bad boy phase, when he goes to Heights Prison and he's in there and he meets Bill Goldberg, who plays an old friend of his father's and becomes a friend of Barry's, helps him out, and has a great little arc of showing that respect, trying to help his character, who was wrongly accused just like his dad, fails in that mission, but at the end uses his super speed, gives him an early access freedom, I guess, as a chance of a second start to make up for the wrong that was done to him. So I'm going to nominate that one. See how it goes.
I hate myself that I forgot about Goldberg being in the Flash. I had a different Flash cameo on my list. For some reason, on many lists I looked up, like this is the one that didn't come up for some reason. I do not know why. Maybe the old list, but it's like it didn't come up. It's like when you mentioned it, it's like, oh yeah, that's why he was.
And he always played such a touching character whenever Goldberg did a cameo somewhere.
Yeah. I love this cameo. I think it is really good. I've watched The Flash many times now. It's an easy yes for me. Brian, what do you say about Goldberg being in The Flash?
Yeah, I do enjoy The Flash series. Like Chewbacca, I forgot he was in the series, so I heard about just now. I'll give it a slight no.
JPO, what do you say about Goldberg in The Flash?
I feel like a broken record. This is actually a cameo I'm actually not even familiar with. I fell out of Flash a little bit, and I thought I actually filled in my Flash cameo gaps. And I've never seen Goldberg do much outside of being Goldberg, so it's going to be a side note for me.
Unfortunately, it's not going to make the list.
I had to try.
Yeah. It's back around to me. I'm going to try and get a wrestling show on this list. And I'm gonna try for this one because I loved Glow when it was around, and I watched it a lot. And I'm gonna bring up Carlito and Brodus Clay from Glow playing I think they're the brothers of Karma, if I remember rightly. But I think this was just one of those ones that I think they were just like very entertaining cameos. And there was a lot of wrestlers that popped up throughout Glow throughout the years I was there. I just wish it wasn't cancelled too soon. I think it could there could have been
like
a lot
one more season, even a fucking movie to like wrap up just what they didn't get to wrap up. Damn.
Yeah, but I think Carlito and Brodus Clay were really entertaining, and it's also some of those slight references with Carlito. I think there was a couple of scenes where like you could see Carlito holding an apple, was like just as slight references, wrestling character, and I just thought it was entertaining. But Brian, what do you say about Carlito and Brodus Clay from Glow?
Sadly, I'm saying this one haven't seen Glow.
JPO, what do you say about Carlito and Brodus Clay from Glow?
Why are you on this episode, Brian? If you haven't seen Glow, goddamn it, watch Glow. No. This is a yes for me, actually. Yeah, no, this is one that like I didn't even see it like on a list. This was just one that it came to my head. Because like I said, there's a couple like fun little cameos, quickly ones. You know, John Morrison helps train him at the beginning. I think you see Chavo real quick. Alex Riley has, I think, bangs one of them. But sorry. And then, but this is one that that was fun. They brought him in a couple different episodes. So they were in a couple times. They have fun, you know, at home. You know, they're reluctant in training her and whatnot. I don't think she even tells him at first, actually. So there's actually a little bit of an arc here. They're fun. Like we mentioned, the Apple thing is definitely something that I grabbed as well. So yeah, this is on my list as well. Carlito and Brodus.
Tim, what do you say about Carlito and Brodus Clay from Glow?
I mean, I'd put it on the list. It was one of those shows I checked out from, I think it was a Nico match. I think it was either yours or Nico's match. One of the other.
Most likely it would have been Nico, because I don't remember even putting it on.
I think you might. I still think it was either you or Nico. It might have been Nico, though. But
yeah,
I remember checking it out and, of course, having to go through all the shows whenever somebody recommends it as a strength. Takes time, but I did enjoy Glow. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it was good. It was fun to watch. Seeing all the different wrestlers come up. Like John Morrison was always my favorite, even in WWE, and seeing him act outside. So yeah, I'd put it on there.
Carlito and Brodus Clay from Glow is going to make the list.
And for us movie nerds, the person that they play the brother of the sister, she was on the Schmodown.
Yeah. And Brian, what is your next wrestler you're going to bring out?
Yeah, I'm gonna see this happens. I'll bring a China for Third Rock for the Sun. She had a little story arc there with being one of the police officers in town, and she and Harry have good chemistry with and fall in love, and yeah, she has good chemistry with Fred Stewart, even with Christian Johnson and Sally, wherever she shows up with China. So go try for Third Rock for the Sun.
JP, what do you say about China from Third Rock from the Sun?
Yeah, I'm a little torn on this one. I do remember I liked it. I was trying to think. Let me look at my list real quick. I'm gonna give it a yes. Actually, I like this one here. I like China, so yeah, it's a little bit of love and respect to her. So I'll say yes.
Tim, what do you say about China from Third Rock from the Sun?
I mean, I'd give it a yes too. Third Rock from the Sun was a nice little comedy break back in the day, and I mean, China did very well on that. Honestly, she did just fine with the cast and what she was given for the material. I mean, I've seen a lot worse wrestling cameos of thinking they can go into acting and botch it horribly. She did great, so I would put it on here on the list.
Yeah, yeah. I've never seen like Third Rock from the Sun, but again, this is another one that I've seen the cameo of, and yeah, I think the cameo is entertaining enough. I'll give it a slight yes, but I probably won't vote it too high. But it's going to make the list, and we go to JPO.
One of the more recent ones here. Actually, this is something I had to do a little bit of a watching of for the first time. Adam Copeland, Edge, and Percy Jackson and the Olympians. He's in about 4 episodes here, so it's still a guest star. There's about, I think, close to 20 episodes. He plays a pivotal part. He kind of comes along in the first season towards the end to help them along their road trip to where they got to go here. He even got a couple like nominations for it. Not any awards you probably have heard of, but still nominated for something. That's kind of cool. So he had a lot of fun here, man. There's a reason. Another guy that like supposedly was there just for what is supposed to be 1 or 2 episodes. They brought back for a couple more because they enjoyed his presence, everything he did. So. Yeah, Adam Copeland on Percy Jackson.
Tim, what do you say about Edge from Percy Jackson?
This one, I'd probably skip putting a judgment on because I've not really watched Percy Jackson. It was never really one of my things to watch. And, I mean, I've seen Edge on plenty, like with Vikings when he was on there. I loved him on there. So it's just something I haven't seen him in. I'm sure it was probably good for those that liked it, but it wasn't something I watched. So I'd probably, I'd say I'd skip myself and let y'all decide what you want, if you want to put it on there.
Yeah, this is a tricky one for me because there's well, one, he's good in the show. Like, I do love the show. I think it's great. But this is also one of those ones like I see this more as like it's more as like a guest appearance. It's more as like a recurring
character role.
Yeah.
Hold on. Don't vote against it because of a technicality. If it either fits or it doesn't, let me nominate something else. That's not fair. We never set a precedent. I was going with like 5 or 6 or more. He's only in 4. So if you think it's worth it, then it's worth it. Otherwise, like don't vote against it.
Well, I was actually going to say this. I did actually say it in tech, but anyway, because it's just one of those tricky ones. Because like I do see it more as a recurring role. So I was actually going. That's what I was about to say, JP. I'll let you bring up something else. I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to.
Well, then, what was the precedent? How many episodes? What's the precedent here then?
Well, I mean,
we did Vader, which is like 2 or 3. Well, 4 is too much now. Like that's what I'm saying. Like what are the fake rules here?
But what I was about to say is like with Vader, he's like even though he was in multiple episodes, like he wasn't like in them a lot either. I'll just say, but like the role Edge was playing in Percy Jackson is a major role in the series. That's what I was getting at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the rule now is if it's a major role in multiple episodes.
Well, I mean,
so I shouldn't nominate John Cena in Sight because he's a major role. I'm just trying to get what the precedent here is.
Well, I mean, John. Well, it's one of the. I mean, John Cena in Sight, like he's only in a couple of episodes. Like I've never seen the show, but I know, but I don't know.
So that's what I'm saying. What's the parameters? He's a major role though in 1 or 2 episods, but that's okay because it's 1 or 2. Once you go to 3 or 4, I'm just trying to ask so I can not do this again. Like I'm confused by what the rules are. You're not setting a guideline here.
Well, the group chat when Malcolm made the commentary says, for Edge of Vikings or Prince Jackson, which it has basically long arcs for the major part show, then they do not count.
Okay, so if 4 is the limit, I'm just saying. Like, I feel like we should have a number, not just a blink, just Edge against Edge. But okay, all right, fuck it. The Rock That 70 Show. He's playing his dad. It's funny. He makes the features of the reference go.
Tim, what do you say about the Rock from That 70 Show?
I did have that on my list too, with a nice heartwarming kind of like story with Eric and Red going to a wrestling show, and of course he plays his dad, which is funny as hell because he's like, "I got a son too, and he's going to grow up to be the most electrifying man in sport. What was it, in wrestling or sports entertainment?" He was saying, in like the best dad accent of his dad, which I thought was great. So I'd put it on there. I'd put The Rock in the 70s Show in that episode.
Once again, another show that I've just never really got into, but I've seen the clip of his cameo, it's definitely entertaining. Ernie Ladd is also in that in that episode as well, I believe. So it's
the Hardys against Shamrock. Ernie Ladd's in that scene with him. Yeah.
So it's going to be an easy yes for me because partly I feel bad I was mean to JPO, but two.
No. And I'm trying. I'm sorry if I was over the top too. I was just trying to figure out the exact parameters. I didn't remember the thing from a month or a week ago about Percy Jackson. So I was just trying to say what is the parameters. Okay, so 4 is too much.
Well, I mean, the only reason I use Edge as the prime example in the group chat is he's the trickier one because of the extent of his appearance in Percy Jackson. That's what I was trying to get at. But
we're going in circles because I get it. Okay.
But yeah. Ryan, what do you say about the Walking Dead 70s?
I'll give it a yes as well. He's on my list to begin with for this episode.
Yeah.
So yes.
The Walking Dead 70 shows is going on the list. Tim, we go to you next. What is your next nomination?
Next, I'm going to go with one of my favorite shows, Burn Notice, in season 5, had an episode called No Good Deed. Basically, if you know anything about Burn Notice, about a former Burn spy, Michael Weston, works on trying to uncover the reason why he was burned, what have you. But in this episode, one of his cases is where he has to basically go undercover and try to recover stolen information from a teachers union of some hacker trying to get money out of him. And the main villain, one of her lackeys, is this ex-con, the Big Show. And you know how big the Big Show is, and he's scared of this little girl that's like maybe 5'2", but can just ruin you in the new digital era of life. And it's great seeing Big Show just be Big Show in that whole thing, in the fighting sequence when he's fighting Jesse and Sam Axe in a hilarious motel room fight where they're trying to bring him in to question him, and Fiona just comes in and just uses a beanbag round right to his nuts to bring him down. But it's a funny cameo with Big Show in there, just playing that, honestly playing like a bit of his character in that, So I'm going to nominate Big Show in Burn Notice.
I don't think I've ever seen Burn Notice. I may have seen 1 or 2 episodes, but I don't remember. I don't know anything about this cameo though, so it's a no for me. Brian, what do you say about Big Show and Burn Notice?
Yeah, I don't think I see a few episodes, but I haven't seen the Big Show episode yet. So I'll give it a no.
And JPO, what do you say about Big Show from Burn Notice?
Big Show's kind of a killer in the guest star game. There's actually 3 other episodes that come to my mind before this one here, actually, with the Big Show. So it's a side note for me as well.
That it comes back to me, and you know what? Ironically, I'm going to do a transition. I don't know if this one's going to make the list because I know the show doesn't have a lot of fans, but I'm going for Mick Foley, Rikishi, and Mark Henry from the Big Show where they make they make a cameo on the show in a cruise, and they end up on the same cruise as Big Show's family, and there's a memorable scene where they sort of come out singing "I Want It That Way" from the Backstreet Boys, and it's just entertaining, and talking about someone who's really good at this wrestling cameo game. Mick Foley's pops up a lot too. But Brian, what do you say about Mick Foley, Rikishi, and Mark Henry from the Big Show?
Yeah, this is a good one I had on my list, but towards the bottom of my list. But it's also my top 12, so I'll give it a slight no.
JPO, what do you say about Mick Foley, Rikishi, and Mark Henry from the Big Show?
Hold on, I'm going to be an asshole again. It's on your 12, but it's a no? What?
It's outside my 12.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you said it's on your 12. that math doesn't math. I'm actually going to say yes. I think this is what I actually do think this is a cute show. I don't even mind the show in general. I think Big Show's always shown that he could be like a sitcom star. And I know my niece was actually a big fan of this as well. My niece was legitimately bummed when this got canceled. And this was the episode I was waiting for. I was, the first couple of they're cute, they're not great, but they're watchable. But this was the episode I was waiting for. I was like, yes, bring in some wrestlers for guest stars. And I like the fact that they're not necessarily at a wrestling show; they're actually doing stuff outside of it as well. So I'd say yes. This is a really fun episode.
Tim, what do you say about Mick Foley, Rikishi, and Mark Henry from the Big Show?
I do remember this too on Netflix. It was honestly, I didn't have much thought too much. It was like, oh, okay, they're giving Big Show a show. Let's try it, see how it works. It's actually pretty funny if you ever sit down and watch this thing. It really is. I still think Fluffy's Mr. Iglesias show is funnier to me, but the Big Show getting his own show and doing all that, and it was a great cameo. Of course, Mick Foley is just one of those cameo stars that just fucking knock it out of the park every time he does something. So I'd put this on the list.
But that trio goes on the list. And we go back to Brian. Brian, what is your next nomination?
I'm going to try for this one, Robot Chicken, for the Hogan's Heroes sketch, where you get different wrestlers, or Saturdays the Hogan's Heroes, but now it's Hulk Hogan and a bunch of wrestlers. You get White Piper, Macho Man, you get Sheik, a lot of wrestlers showing up there, satirizing them, and it's a lot of fun, especially the ending where all fight Hitler in the wrestling ring. It's hilarious, a lot of fun, so try for Robot Chicken.
JP, what do you say about Robot Chicken?
It's a cool pick. I like the idea of it. One clarification. I don't know. Or is it them voicing them, or is it just
only Hogan and White Pepper voice themselves?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two people.
Yeah, Shiki wasn't going to do anything without a big paycheck first.
I find that hard to believe. I don't think he's getting paid much to do. Well, yeah, he probably wasn't worth a quick buck or cameo. I do remember liking the skit. I know what you're talking about too. Let me just look again. Interesting. I'm gonna give it a slight no. Let y'all decide.
Tim, what do you say about Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper from Robot Chicken?
I mean, I remember it. It was, and Robot Chicken was always just one of those shows that was just hit right at the time it needed to for its popularity. I thought it was a good little cameo with the voices of them actually doing it. Yeah, Shiki with his ego, he wasn't going to do anything that he wasn't going to get paid for because he thought it was still the fucking 70s. But yeah, I'd put it up on there. I mean, I probably wouldn't put high up on there, but I'd put it up on there.
Yeah, I haven't seen this the skit from Robot Chicken at all, but I do want to watch it just to hear Seth Green's impersonations of Randy Savage, Sergeant Slaughter, and Iron Sheik. It sounds interesting, but yeah, it's going to be an abstain just because I haven't seen it. There we go, back to JPO.
John Cena and Psych. So he's only in the one episode. He's in the movie as well, which doesn't really count. But no, he's I believe one of the love interest's brother, who's maybe framed, so they're kind of figuring out whether or not he's innocent or not. He's trying to prove that he's innocent. Get a little bit of action, get a little bit of comedy. This is get an early sign that like Cena also has like a stage presence as well, because again he kind of nails every little thing that he's given to do. So yeah, Psych.
Tim, what do you say about John Cena from Psych?
Yeah, I would say yes with this. Like what JPO said, he does nail. It does give you that image. He was one of those that could go from wrestling to Hollywood in some form, in an early form of TV. It usually starts with TV, then it'll go into the movies, unless you're big like The Rock, then you usually just blow right into the movies first. But I would put it up on there. I've never been a big Psych fan, honestly. I liked a lot of those USA shows at the time, but I was never a big Psych fan. But I'm always a big John Cena fan. Love watching a lot of his cameos and stuff. So I would say this one, yeah, I'd put it on there.
I've seen the first episode of Psych. I'll eventually get around to watching the rest of it. I'll probably get onto that when I eventually finish watching Buffy. But yeah, so I don't know much about this cameo. So, but Brian, it comes down to you. What do you say about Psych?
I have seen
No.
Psych. I have seen this cameo. I do enjoy it. I'll give it a yes.
John Cena and Psych is going to make the list.
Jim Green ought to be happy with that one.
Yeah.
Tim, we're going to go back to you. What is your next nomination?
All right, I'm going to throw an oddball out there. I do believe it can only be one cameo per show, right? So I think.
Well, I didn't do. I haven't done a one per show rule. So yeah.
Okay, then I'll keep that one for later. Now this one is going to be an oddball one, and this is showing my age, but remembering ABC's TGI Friday, this is going to be from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and this stars everyone's favorite half of the best tag team in the world, the New Age Outlaws, badass Billy Gunn, who in this episode, Salem, we find out, has a daughter he hasn't spoken to for 5 centuries. Sabrina, being Sabrina, wants to work to try to mend the rift between father and daughter. Heartwarming, yada yada moments. She agrees to be the maid of honor, which in the other world for witches is a very weird customs. But one of the customs is she has to have a fight, a wrestling match with the father of the groom, which turns out to be none other than badass Billy Gunn, who just gets up out of there, rips off his suit into his wrestling gear, and has a wrestling fight with Sabrina. They throw Salem the cat in, which scratches at his face. He throws him out. Salem gets caught by Daniel Boone. Funny ass moment. But anyways, she beats Billy Gunn, and it's a funny scene, just a funny episode in general. And of course, just seeing her fight Billy Gunn, like, what the hell is Billy Gunn doing here? But it was just a funny episode with the whole premise and everything.
Son of a bitch! I literally highlighted this because I for my next pick. But yeah, I'm a big Sabrina the Teenage Witch fan, and yeah, I think the Billy Gunn cameo is a lot of fun, and yeah, the fact that like Sabrina just manages to beat him is just as entertaining. It's like
with the help of Salem.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you can use magic. Right?
Well, she does. She uses magic whenever he's up on the top rope, ready to come down with a fucking fist elbow, and she teleports out of there. But that's the only time she uses magic in that whole fucking match.
Yeah, but I think this is an entertaining cameo. It's an easy yes for me. But Brian, what do you say about Billy Gunn from Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen the episode, but watching clips of the wrestling cameos, it did give me memories of watching this episode. It's a lot of fun, and I'll give it a yes.
JPO, what do you say about Billy Gunn from Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
I love the show a lot as a kid here. It's kind of like a step above Charm for me in the wrestler sense. There's others I had on my list personally, so a little bit of no.
That Billy Gunn is going to make the list. I'm not going to bring it up, but I also was stunned to learn that it wasn't the only wrestler cameo that ever appeared in Sabrina, but Kevin Nash.
No.
Very brief scene.
Oh yeah, no. As a kid, I definitely remember that because I remember being like, I literally like, is it the Kevin Nash episode, like in reruns?
Yeah. But if that comes back to me, I'm going to try for this one. It's another superhero show in the same universe as the one that we talked about earlier. But it's Cody Rhodes from Arrow. I'm
gonna fight you. If you're gonna fight me on Edge, I'm gonna fight you on this. The dude's in like 9 episodes and he's a main villain.
I thought he was only 2.
No, he is a bigger role.
Yeah, man.
That's why I left it off my list.
Yeah, he's in 7, but he's also in like, I guess maybe I'm thinking.
He's a main recurring villain with arcs in there. So I would say
if you're gonna fight me on 4, I'm definitely gonna fight you on 7.
Yeah, I would. To be fair, Malcolm, I am gonna because I love the Arrow. That was my favorite.
It's not knocking the pick or the show, but I'm just saying if we're
No,
going
yeah.
by 4, you know.
As I said, I only really remember 3 episodes, but that's fine.
Yeah, he does have that recurring thing until they finally take him down to wrap up to get to the wrap up of the main ending of that season. So it's kind of like a recurring pain in the ass he finally takes care of. To be fair with it, because of the whole edge with Percy Jackson, I get that. So yeah.
As I said, that's fine. Like
because I trust me, I wanted to add that too. Like motherfucker, I wish this wasn't a rule.
Yeah,
that's all right. I've got other choices. And ironically, it's going to be Edge from the Flash.
Okay, yeah, that one.
So Edge pops it. Was it an episode of the Flash as the villain Atom Smasher, which it's just a lot of fun. Like he's got a helmet on, so you don't really see his face from what I remember. I think maybe you see it, but
he takes it off like towards the end. But
but it's a really fun, it's a really fun sort of villain of the week kind of episode, and I think he does a really good job of it. And just was this his first foray into acting? Or was it sort of
No, I mean he did Highlander Endgame back in 2000, so no.
Yeah. I mean for TV, I think it might have been. But
yeah. So I'll see how this goes. Brian, what do you say about Edge from The Flash?
Yes, interesting. I see this series. I do enjoy it, but I don't remember well, so no.
JPO, what do you say about Edge from The Flash?
I was trying to double check your Edge thing. He was in Sanctuary before this, whatever that is.
It's a sci-fi show.
Yeah. So he had done a little bit before that. And he was also in an episode of Mind and Mencia, but I think he played more or less himself. It's kind of like what Brian said. I super duper don't remember this one episode with him. It's a good one, but I have one's higher. So.
And Tim, what do you say about?
Say no to my one.
Yeah, I didn't think he was in Mind of Men. I didn't think he did something in Mind of Mencia. I love that show, and I can't remember him being in that. Well, I mean, for what he did in the Flash, it was fine. It was because Flash was a lot of their guests, like big guest stars, was like that one villain of the week type of thing, especially with Edge. Which, I mean, I thought it was fine. I would have put it as a guest in there. So, but. Yeah, that's just me. I just stepped in because it's kind of I remember that rule. So because I was thinking I was wanting to bring up Cody Rhodes too. It's like fuck. But
it's fine. And as well as ones like I don't mind being called out myself. So but Brian, we go to you. What is your next nomination?
I'll bring up the Bushwhackers for Family Matters.
Fuck.
The episode, the events of the week, Urkel creates a sleeping potion, and then the family goes to a wrestling show, and one of the Psycho Twins drinks the potion, and Carl and Urkel have to fight the Bushwhackers. It's a lot of fun. I'll see how this goes for the Bushwhackers.
JP, what do you say about the Bushwhackers from Family Matters?
It's gonna be a slight no for me. I guess I'm a little more attracted to like arcs and characters and like just Bushwhackers being the Bushwhackers for like a scene or two. So it's a slight no for me.
Tim, what do you say about the Bushwhackers from Family Matters?
I mean, in the times of family shows like that, quick cameos like that were just going to be the Vaders and Boy Meets World were kind of like the rare oddity in a lot of them. I like this one. I had that on my list. I was going to nominate it. Fuck. I didn't think Brian would have known about that one, but I liked it. I thought it was a good episode. Urkel creates this formula to better help like cops with their to subdue criminals. one of Carl's friends who was part of the Psycho Twins, the wrestling team that was going to face the Bushwhackers, accidentally drinks it. Him and his buddy falls asleep, so Carl and Steve have to go undercover as the Psycho Twins to fight him. And it's just a hilarious episode with the Bushwhackers hating cops because their mom got arrested that night with a cop, and hilarity ensues with it. But I would have put it as a yes. I was going to nominate it, but that's just me.
Ironically, out of all the people to bring up a cameo from a New Zealand wrestling tag team, it's the Canadian. But if Brian did indeed watch the same video that I did, this is one of the ones that was shown on it, and it was on my list. And look,
I'm really old. I remember seeing it live. God.
I mean, it's one of those ones. There's a lot of shows that for some reason I just never watched when I was younger, and some of them I'm just discovering now. Like Family Man is one of them.
Well, to be fair, New Zealand with their TV thing, so
yeah. But I think it was a fun cameo. I don't mind giving it a slight yes. So Bushwhackers from Family Man is going to make this list. JPO, we go back to you.
Yeah. Let me see. Sorry. All right. I'll see how this. I'll see how this goes because I think this belongs on here. Another sneaky person that could make this list a couple times is my boy. He's also the best in the world at Cameos, CM Punk. I'm gonna go for Marin. This was a comedy that lasted 4 seasons on IFC. That's a channel. I swear. Look it up. The comedian Mark Maron, who does the What the Fuck podcast. This is kind of slightly based on, again, a glorified, exaggerated version of his actual life. So the first episode is them podcasting together, which is based on a true life. They actually did he was on Maron's podcast and they became friends. So he's on the fictionalized podcast within the show. But then in the second episode that he's in, he gets a lot more to do. Colt Cabana actually opens up the episode and they talk about how Maron's on good health. So he goes, hey, why don't you go get trained by my buddy Punk. This is back when they were friends. So he goes, okay, and then I'd see him Punk kind of training him. So, and he's gets to kind of show off, he's kind of serious, not serious in the first one, but kind of playing a fictionalized version of himself. And the second one getting to have like some laughs and fun. And CM Punk does really good. So Marin, CM Punk.
Tim, what do you say about CM Punk from Marin?
I'd put this. This was one of the ones I never heard of this until I saw it. This was like years and years ago. I remember seeing it, and I'm just like, "What the fuck is this?" But to me, it reminded me of like a I don't know, like an early show within a show of like it. It's hard to classify it for me, but I give it a yes. I mean, I thought Punk was good in there. Seeing Colt Cabana, and then of course, the years later of their fallout. But yeah, I'd put this on there. It's a good one of those good gold mine picks of go watch this show. It is good, and you do see a lot of good cameos throughout the whole thing, not just Punk and Cabana, but others too. So I'd put this on there.
Yeah, I don't even know what this show is. I've never heard of this show.
It did not get a lot of publicity, I don't think, did it, JPO?
It's because it's a weird channel. It's the Sundance channel. Like, a lot of people don't have the channel. I think it went on Netflix later is where I saw it, and now it's off of Netflix now. So now, I don't even think it's something you can necessarily find readily right now either. So it's just one of those. Like,
you could probably find it.
Good in its own right. 4 seasons, like obviously it was doing something right. But very underrated, very underseen show rather, not underrated. Underseen show because it was a weird channel kind of.
I mean, it's
that
just
in
like
Portlandia, probably the only shows you've heard of that channel.
I mean, there's a show that I used to like called The X's. It was on a TV channel called TV Land or something like that.
Yeah. It used to be all reruns, and then there was a short moment where they were trying to do like their own Hot in Cleveland, The X's. A moment where TV Land was trying to make their original content. Originally, it was just like, here's I Love Lucy reruns.
Yeah, but
I mean, it made money.
Yeah. Brian, what do you say about CM Punk and Marin?
Yeah, this was a last minute addition to my list. When looking up wrestling cameos and main list, so I'll give it a yes.
That CM Punk from Marin is going to make the list.
I believe that just brings us down to what, one more?
Yeah. And Tim, it's on to you to nominate.
Two. Then I'm going to throw it out there. I mean, I know it's probably this is kind of like the crunch time. Everyone wants to get their like last minute pick on there, but I'm going to throw it out there because it's a fun episode for me, even though it's like a quick cameo towards the end. And we're going back to Boy Meets World. We're going back to episode 137 where Jack and Eric basically. Corey fucks up with Topanga. Let's just say that. Corey fucks up with Topanga. Topanga wants to move in with Angela and Rachel. Rachel is living with Jack and Eric in their apartment. So they work out some type of deal where the girls take Jack and Eric's apartment. Jack and Eric take Angela and Topanga's old dorm room. And they want to have like a fight about it because Topanga's all pissed off because of whatever the fuck Corey did. It's fucking Corey. God only knows. But because I forget what he does specifically. I know it wasn't the Lauren moment because they were still in high school for that. So I don't know what this one was that hit piss her off. But anyways, they were going to have a fight in the apartment about it. And Eric's like, we can't, and Jack wasn't going to fight a woman, period, because Jack is Jack. Eric's like, well, we don't have a referee. Then all of a sudden, the door just busts open, and the studio audience goes, wow, because Mankind Mick Foley in his homemade referee shirt just stands there going, and then looks around going, what am I doing here? And then it just goes to ensuity of Mankind just being the guest star referee in this, the whole thing, just laying down the rules. And it's funny. And then at the end, whenever the girls end up winning, and it's Eric and Jack in the dorm room, and Mick Foley just picks them apart with Socko on Jack, and then picks up Eric, and that's where the show ends. But I'm gonna put that one in there.
This is tough for me because looking at what I've got higher, it's like some I just don't know if they're going to go that well. And I
See,
do
this is
love
where it goes into crunch time. This is where it goes into crunch time for everyone, Malcolm.
Yeah,
We'll just say no for the next 2 hours until someone gives in.
Until we run out of picks.
Yeah.
Fine, Kevin Nash from Sabrina will get it. No, yeah, I do love this cameo. I'm going to give it a slight no, just because we do have a Mick Foley representation. Not that this is not a rule. It's just looking at what I think I've got some other ones that are different from what we've already got here that I think should be here. But
I'll
Brian,
remember
what
it
do
for
you
later,
say
Malcolm. I'll remember it for later.
But Brian, what do you say about Mankind from Boy Meets World?
Yeah, we have ways for the real list, but this was another episode I have on the list because I do enjoy this episode a lot of fun. Great comedic moments, especially the end tag as well. We're in the bedroom. I would give it a yes, leave that to JPO.
JPO, what do you say about Mankind from Boy Meets World?
Remember,
See,
your match for you and Papa West there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Is it already written?
Well,
I'm gonna rewrite it now if I say no.
Oh no, it's already written now that I'm done with my vacation.
Oh, good. So I can say whatever I want then.
You fucker.
Because again, like this is I'm a little torn because I love the show. Definitely, was gleeful when it came out, as a kid and whatnot. But I've got meatier things like role wise. Like this is kind of like a post credit kind of like Marvel teaser. So like it's a slight no for me. As much as I love McFoley, he's number 2 on the list next to Piper for coolest who I've met.
But that is not going to make the list. It comes back to me, and I'm going to try for this one, see what happens. And it's from the episode of Smallville called Combat. It's and you've got 2 in here. You've got Ashley and Kane, and they play sort of meteor like kryptonite Kryptonians who Kal-El is trying to sort of get back into the Phantom Zone and all that, and they go to this fight club where it's like Ashley and Kane are two of the wrestlers. They're like there, and he ends up fighting Kane at one point, and yeah, it's a really fun cameo, and I think and it's just a fun one for Smallville as well. So I don't know how this is going to go, but Brian, what do you say about Ashley and Kane from Smallville?
Yeah, it's good nomination. Did Joyce come out of the long time as he did? I'll give it a no.
JP, what do you say about Ashley and Kane from Smallville?
I only laugh because like the way they got set up, I felt like yes, good nomination. I enjoyed the show. No, but yeah, good nomination. I enjoyed the show. No.
Tim,
what do you say about Ashley and Kane from Smallville?
You know what? Now I'm going to rewrite both your matches. Fuck you. No, honestly, this was something I put on a list of like extra nominations. Smallville is never one of my things. I know it was big for you and for like Zadius. I know both of you love that show, Malcolm. So it was like you channeling your inner Zadius there. But I mean, I would have put it on there as like maybe if we were doing like a list of 15 to put it on there. But I think now towards crunch time, a lot of people are going to want to get it in their last minute picks. So I'm going to say yes, just to counter that, Malcolm. I got you, Malcolm. I got you. You record with me. You've been my brother for TV for a while. I got you back on this one.
You know that was really a no. He just wants you to get it for later.
Would I do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did try to get Zadius on this episode for the but Brian, we go back to you. What is your next nomination?
Yeah, I'll go try for this one for the Bring Back show with Triple H's cameo.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good cameo. The subplot, like the kid finds the number for Triple H and think he's prank calling him, but no. Let me hear you say it. Let me hear you say it. Time to play the game, and he hangs up after it. Don't call me ever again. Try for Bring Back show for my nomination.
JPO, what do you say about Triple H on the Bernie Mac show?
So this is a tough one because this is one of those things where this happens every year I come. It was a yes, like previously, but with what has gone on the list that I didn't anticipate kind of thing, it has now slid off for what I still have higher. I like it. No, because that happens. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't.
I know. Yeah.
Things, you know,
and like I said earlier, it's crunch time. It's crunch time.
Yeah, and I do have things that are higher because I do like it. It is two very brief scenes. It's a funny concept, you know. I feel like I would very much do that if I somehow randomly had Triple H's number. Like, come on, say the catchphrase. Like with
I can see you doing that. I can see you fucking doing
that. Oh, absolutely. It's a really, and the guy's name is Jordan too. That character's name is Jordan. So I do love that concept. And again, I remember organically being excited for this episode, legitimately like when it came out, because that was a show I watched and then a wrestler's on it. Cool, I'm in more than normal. But it's that, and then like one more scene, like the comeuppance, and like that's about it. And again, I just have things that's a little meatier for me, so it's a slight no.
Just don't bring up Danhausen and get Danhausen to his catchphrase on you, because
I've already been cursed. I've legitimately been cursed back in August. There's video and photo proof, yeah.
But Tim, what do you say about Triple H from the Bernie Mac show?
Dude, if we could have nominated that, I would have put Danhausen's nomination for breaking into Mrs. House this past Friday on SmackDown for what I saw. God damn, I love that.
That was perfect.
He's one of the real quick tangent. He's one of those characters I could care less for what I've seen before, but just seeing him work now, it's like I've been missing out. I'll admit it. I skipped on him and I shouldn't have. He's funny as hell for what he's presented as, you know. I love the Bella twins of Clone 1, Clone 2. How you doing? I love that. That was great.
I'm Clone C.
But for this one, I would have put it as a yes because I did love Triple H was another one early on from the Attitude Era days that could show he was he had the acting chops to do other stuff outside of the wrestling acting, and I think that gave him like an early here's what I could do, like an early audition for that. He was another one that I think was slept on a lot. I mean, we saw him in Blade and some other things, but I would have given this one a yes.
Yeah, I've seen the clip of this cameo. That it's a fun cameo. But funny enough,
Here comes Captain Buzzkill.
Out of all the other Triple H cameos that I've seen, this is probably my least one. There's Triple H has also appeared. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun cameo. I just like the other two a little bit better.
No, I mean that's fair. I disagree. This is my favorite of those three. Maybe the concept.
But unfortunately, it's not going to make the list. JP, we're going to go back to you.
All right, I'm going to try another one that I hope people are maybe aware of, or you can look up real quick if you want. It's a comedy show called Detroiters. This is Tim Robinson, I think right after maybe his SNL run, right before I Think You Should Leave, which also could be brought up later as well, by the way, in a couple different ways. But it's him and Sam Richardson, who played a pro wrestler in the 4:30 movie, and they're businessmen. And you hear early on in the show, like in the first episode or so, they mentioned that Tim Robinson's dad used to run the company, and then he went crazy. And then finally, like midway through the season, we meet his crazy dad, and it's Kevin Nash. And he is wonderful. If you've seen things like The Longest Yard, like Kevin Nash could be really funny, and Magic Mike even, like he can be really
I get to
comedical.
bring up Magic fucking Mike. God damn.
He's good at it though. And that first movie is actually really good. It's more than just dicks on dicks. That's what the second movie is. First movie is Steven Soderbergh. It's a solid movie.
I just have bad flashbacks of seeing that with an ex, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we've all been there. Blues Brothers for me. But yeah, he's their dad, and at first, it seems like maybe he's got his shit together. He surprises them in the office. He's got some good ideas, and then he loses his fucking mind again. And there's just some really funny gags with him. They had been brought back, I think, for a third season. They're going to bring him back because they like him so much. But it's a really funny appearance by Kevin Nash on Detroiters.
Tim, what do you say about Kevin Nash and Detroiters?
I've never heard of this show. What was it? What did it show on?
Might have been, I believe, Comedy Central originally, and then Paramount now. I've actually rewatched it 2 if not 3 times. Again, it's a very 1 or 2.
Yeah. One, I know Comedy Central had a lot of shows they were trying to push out into the mid 2000s or something, but yeah, I never heard of this one. I'd have to look it up. So I would probably say no because I haven't seen it, which is sad. I mean, TV is so much you can't see everything. I'm sorry, nobody can see everything, but
yeah,
I mean it sounds fun, but because I haven't seen it, I don't want to fully say yes or no because I haven't seen this or heard about this to know about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can, Malcolm.
Yeah. I also don't know the show. Comedy Central never really aired in New Zealand, and Paramount Plus still doesn't exist in New Zealand. So I just have it.
Really?
No way. Yeah, Paramount Plus does not exist in New Zealand. We're finally getting HBO Max this year. It's finally launching in New Zealand.
Your country's messed up. I mean, it doesn't surprise me because you wouldn't allow Power Rangers to be shown for the longest time, but nonetheless, go ahead.
I mean, I don't know what's holding Paramount Plus from launching in New Zealand. Because I know HBO Max was held up because the rights to the HBO shows were tied up with another streaming service in New Zealand at the time. So so they couldn't launch while still have that contract. But anyway, that aside, I just haven't seen the show. I'm not familiar with it. It does sound interesting. I do want to check it out at some stage. So I can't really say yes or no to this. Brian, what do you say about Kevin Nash with the Detroiters?
I mean, I've heard the show. I saw it. I sent the clip out while James was bringing it up. It looks like he's having fun with the role. I would give him a yes for JPO.
Yeah, butter me up later.
That is not going to make the list. Tim, we go back to you. What is your next nomination?
You know what? I want to go with old Kevin Nash again. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that because to me it's like a fun add-in nomination of like the Sabrina clip at the beginning of a certain episode of the Salem witch trial one they do at the high school, and it's like a bless you, Malcolm, but it's like a wrong number kind of cameo of him coming through the wardrobe as like a thug about ready to beat somebody up, but he gets the wrong house. This one I'm going to nominate. It's an old one from Nash and Bridges with our favorite wrestler, Stone Cold Steve Austin, where he just comes in playing a badass grizzled cop.
Can I just have to ask? I looked this up earlier. He's on several episodes, so again, I'm just asking.
Oh, he is? Okay,
yeah.
Okay. That I will take that back. Then I thought it was just only the few episodes. Let's see.
I double check that. I believe I want to say 6. I think.
Let me double check. I thought it was.
6 episodes, 99 to 2000. Yeah, they brought you back 6 times.
Okay. Let me look through my list here. I think we got that. We mentioned that. You know what? I'm going to skip this one and go back to Malcolm, and then I'll just come around next time for the next one. So that's what I'm going to do for this one, because we are getting closer to the end. So Malcolm, I'll let you have this one.
I've never done it before, but I will allow it.
Okay.
I think I'm included in the pickle here, but I'm gonna bring up a quick one here from the Drew Carey show, Triple H, and I thought like it's a quick one, but it's like Triple H is a disciplinary and is like just coming up and like that's breaking the rules. I just look. I thought it was an entertaining like cameo, and I've always been a big fan of the Drew Carey show. I watched it a lot growing up, and I thought just a wrestler go that's breaking the rules. I just something about that like just always entertains me. And I feel it was a lot of fun. So yeah, see how this goes. Brian, what do you say about Triple H from the Drew Carey show?
Look at clips for this episode for ideas for this. This was brought up in the clip. I did enjoy the guy with him say, "No, you can't do that. You're pregnant. Who cares?" The kid says, but I will give it a slight no.
JPO, what do you say about Triple H from the Drew Carey show?
Another show that's I'm glad it's finally getting kind of its recognition, because I feel like it took a while for it to find streaming and whatnot for whatever reasons. So I do like the show. It's a nice cameo again. A couple of quick scenes of the wrestling scene, and then he does Data in like 1 or 2 brief moments. But it is a slight note for me as well.
Tim, what do you say about Triple H from the Drew Carey show?
This one was I remember it growing up with the Drew Carey show, like that quick early Triple H cameo into it. I would probably put it as a no. Like if we were doing like a longer list, I'd probably put it on there as like maybe a 20 or something, but it probably wouldn't make like a top 12.
Before I go to Ron, I'm going to go back to Tim because
no, go ahead you can go ahead and go to Brian. Trust me. Or you can go ahead and go to Brian.
Brian, what is your next nomination?
Yeah, I'll try for this one. The anime show Stone Cold Steve Austin for Celebrity Deathmatch. He does.
I don't want to be that guy. He's on in a lot. He's on like literally like 20 episodes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm just
Well, no, yeah, because I mean, he is like the or the announcer
The referee, so-
kind of character.
Yeah.
Okay, go pivot to The Rock from his first appearance on Saturday Night Live. We did talk about the chat, even though it's goes ad lib the monologue, but it's scripted. He did. I did enjoy his first appearance on the show for his monologue. You get Sylvester showing up there like Triple H crashing the monologue. So I'm gonna try for The Rock on Saturday Night Live, his debut episode.
JPO, what do you say about The Rock on Saturday Night Live?
I'm thinking. It's oh. So, question.
Okay.
He's on 6 episodes. He's hosted like a few times. He played Barack Obama like as a guest star. Like again, where it's like, are we allowing it? Are we
Well,
not?
I mean, I was going to say no, regardless, just because I don't remember this like him, but yeah, I'm sorry, like, but yeah, he's also a bit appeared a lot of times on SNL, so yeah, Brian.
So I'll pivot again.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I don't want to say no. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to try for the Goldbergs, Hulk Hogan, when he appeared in WrestleMania.
Wait, isn't he in like no?
He was himself in the episode, yes.
No, I was just saying he's in multiple episodes. I was gonna lie.
Yes, and yeah, the episode where the two main leads go to WrestleMania in Philadelphia after the father uses fake tickets to get in, they go to prison. But afterwards, they argue, and Hulk Hogan shows up to man the argument. So I'll try for Hogan and the Goldbergs.
JP, what do you say about Hulk Hogan and the Goldbergs?
Yeah, I do remember. I like the show a lot, by the way. I guess we're not again going by the rules. We can't nominate Goldberg because I guess I think I looked up. He's in several
6 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was actually thinking about nominating Andy Goldberg and nominating him as the coach. But I like it. I just love hanging out with you guys. I'm gonna say no. Let's keep hanging out.
Tim, what do you say about Hulk Hogan and the Goldbergs?
I think the Goldbergs had a few different better ones for cameo stars. I did like him in there. Going off those rules with it, was it 6 episodes you said?
Yes.
No, I lied. No, he's allowed.
No.
Okay, he's allowed. Okay.
Yeah,
Goldberg
not
will be
Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to put Malcolm in the seat. I'm going to give it a yes. Go ahead, Malcolm. You decide.
That's easy. I just haven't seen the Goldbergs.
What the fuck? How have you not seen the fucking? Never mind.
It was on ABC.
Well, I mean,
They don't have apparently that in.
Well, I mean,
Malcolm.
Well, it's just one of those shows that never really like in the later from 2019 and on, like I never watched a lot of TV. I kind of stopped watching a lot of TV. And
Okay,
from there, yeah.
Go watch the pizza movie starring the kid from the Goldbergs.
Well, I'm probably going to. I do want to see that. I'll see it eventually. With that, we back on to JPO. What is your next?
Hey, everybody. All right, let's see. Uh, okay, good. That made it. Uh, you know what? We talked about him before. I'm gonna go. I could go a couple ways with this. Uh, oh, he made it ready. Let me say the Big Show on Royal Pains. Because I do like the Big Show cameo that was brought up earlier here, and we said no to a lot. I think Big Show is a constant, a good star. Also on Happy, really funny on Happy, really funny on Psych. So I think Big Show kind of deserves to be on this list here. I think Royal Pains, he plays like he actually plays a horror villain actor. Who ends up needing care from the doctor. Him and the doctor got along so well they ended up doing that movie Knucklehead. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but still. Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna go for a Big Show and Royal Pains.
Tim, what do you say about Big Show from Royal Pains?
I don't think Knuckleheads hurt Big Show, but I would put this as a yes because we've skipped over a lot of Big Show cameos, and Big Show is one of those where he kind of like Mick Foley has nailed showing his acting chops outside of wrestling. I mean, he's done comedy, he's done thriller drama or thriller action with Burn Notice. He's done maybe a few little bit of drama here and there, and this one was a good one. I would put it on there.
Yeah. So I haven't seen Royal Pains, but I think I've seen a clip of his cameo in the show because I'm pretty sure they had one of the people from Royal Pains appear as a guest host on Raw that time. I think they showed a clip of Big Show's appearance on Raw that night. So and that clip I thought was very entertaining. Yes, I'll say yes. Brian, what do you say about Big Show on Royal Pains?
I would give it a yes as well. I do like the character he's playing. He's having fun with it. Yes.
All right, and we have got a list of 12. Just to recap what's on our short list, we've got Vader from Boy Meets World, King Kong Bundy from Married with Children, Ratty Roddy Piper from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Carlito and Rose Clay from Glow, China from Food Rock the Sun, The Rock from That 70s Show, Mick Foley, Rikishi and Mark Henry from The Big Show, John Cena from Psych, Billy Gunn from the Teenage Rich, Bushwhackers from Family Matters, CM Punk from Marin, and Big Show from Royal Pains. Tim, what are some honorable mentions that you would have brought up?
One I was going to bring up next was one we haven't hit on was I think I would have gone with The Miz, and it's from I've seen Psych because I've had to write Jim Green TV matches, and of course he would always ask for Psych. So I have seen Psych. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a big fan of it, but I do like certain cameos, especially The Miz in Psych. It was a good cameo with the whole episode of their, I guess, making fun of the Bachelorette show of his guest star in there, and it's a good one where Miz has shown he's had the acting chops. Yeah, he's shown that because he was originally on The Real World before wrestling, but after wrestling he did a lot more movies, a lot more TV roles to expand on that, to be comfortable with the mid-card superstar that he is. So I would have gone with The Miz for the next one. A lot of my other ones have been covered so far. I still would have a fun one would have been the whole Kevin Nash little cameo in Sabrina, but I think that covers that with all my extra ones. And of course, with the ruling of it, we didn't really talk too much with too many main arcs, or else we could have added that on their Edge with Vikings, Edward Percy Jackson, Cody Rhodes, and the Arrow, onward and upward. But that's mine.
Yeah. And that note, like like surprisingly we didn't get the TV show Heels on there. And it's just a tricky one because like Punk is probably the well-known one that's been there, but once again he's been on at least 6 episodes. It's just sort of one of those. But
well,
like,
it's kind of hard with a show about wrestling, so it's kind of.
Well, I mean, like there's a few others that I was considered. Like, I did like Mick Foley's appearance on Heels as a wrestling podcast, and then you got like AJ Lee in an episode. Like, there's a lot of wrestlers that pop up for it. And
AJ's the only one that stood out to me, and no one else felt like it was big enough.
But the other Triple H one that I really liked, I really enjoy the Triple H Potter sketch from Mad TV. John Cena's cameo and Hannah Montana, I thought was a lot of fun. It was like just being.
I'm surprised no one brought that up.
Fuck no.
Look,
Well, I don't mean from you.
Look, that was going to be my next one if it did get back around to me.
See.
And one that I just figured that no one really knows the show, but there was a TV show of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Brett and Owen
Jesus
Hart
Christ!
both appeared
yes.
on that. But Brian, did you have any honorable mentions?
Yeah, I had Mick Foley when he appeared on 30 Rock with Mr. Sacco. Ellen Knight, Booker Dye for a quick cameo there. Macho Man Randy Savage's Space Ghost. And also, Charlotte, I had White Piper on Super Mario Bros. Super Show and Charlotte Alexa on Bucky Booster.
And JPO, did you have any honorable mentions?
Hell yeah. Becky Lynch is really funny on Billions. She pops in, gets her ass kicked, but then she shows them that it's revealed that she is Becky Lynch, and it's a really funny monologue about like kayfabe and like explaining it to the office. I mentioned the Big Show. He plays a gay prison mate on Happy with Christopher Maloney. He's really good on that. For the Young Rock, Colt Cabana played Brooklyn Brawler. He's actually quite good as Brooklyn Brawler. So that's a really fun one there. Damian Sandow, speaking of Tim Robinson, no one give respect to my boy Tim Robinson, but Damian Sandow is a funny bit on I Think You Should Leave, where Tim Robinson tries to make him pay for his McDonald's order. Go check that out. That full skit's on YouTube. Ric Flair on the Cleveland shows is a funny one there. CM Punk, another one. He's really good on Revival from a couple of years ago, where he's actually a drug dealer and like a violent drug dealer, and he's also really good on a show called Mayans, where he's having a beef with like his woman's old baby daddy. He's quite good on that. And while the cameo itself is not great, I do love the fact that in The Walking Dead, even in the post-apocalyptic zombies that taking over the world, pro wrestling does exist. Percy Watson and somebody else has a match in like a full-on wrestling ring. So I just love the fact that even when the world ends, there's still going to be pro wrestling, baby.
What TV show is that one? The Percy Watson?
Oh, Walking Dead, like The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah. No, I heard you talk about Percy Watson. I just didn't hear the TV show.
Yeah, in The Walking Dead, like one of the last couple seasons, in like the town hall, they have a ring and it's Percy Watson wrestling somebody, and I love the fact that like in the apocalypse, as long as there's a ring and a couple wrestlers, we can still have an event.
Yeah. So
ain't gonna make much money, but yeah.
Yeah, somehow I missed.
Yeah, but they'll probably get like more greens that day. You know what I mean? Whatever the new barter system is. You know what I mean? Their shower can last an extra 5 minutes. Like whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's the apocalypse. Little things.
Yeah, somehow I missed Damien Sandy, and I think you could leave because I watched that.
Yeah.
Was that the 55? Was that the 55 burgers one that you're talking about? Was that different? Is it different?
Yeah. 55 burgers, 55 pies, 55 shakes, 55 sodas, 55. Yeah. And then he's like, "Well, I paid for you. I'm not paying for it." And he's like, "He's trying to do the paid forward thing." The lady backs up. "I want 55 burgers, 55 shakes." Shit.
But anyway, it's time to vote on the order we want this list to be in. So, Brian, which of these do you have at number 12?
John Cena Psych.
JPO, what do you have at number 12?
Badass Billy Gunn, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Tim, what do you have at 12?
Well, this is going to be a whole clusterfuck. I was going to go with Mick Foley, Rikishi, and Mark Henry on the Big Show.
Yeah, and I was going to go with China from the Sun.
God damn.
And
My second highest for to you guys is the McFoley, Mark Henry, Big Rikishi one. Is would have been my second pick out of what you guys mentioned.
So you're changing it?
I'm just saying that would have been. It's not my next nomination, but of what you guys said, I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, because I was going to set up a reel to decide on what to make it. So
whatever makes sense to you.
well, I mean, that's why I asked if you're changing it, because if you're changing
Sure.
it,
Go for it.
So I didn't want to assume you're changing it and just go, oh, you,
I was kind of thinking, too, of another top 12 idea, top 12 wrestling gimmicks. When we were talking about Damian Sandow, I forgot about how good he was.
Oh, as the stunt double, maybe?
Yeah, it's a stunt double for Miz. Because The Miz had a lot of good ones, and I don't think Alex Riley was a good gimmick for it, but once he got like Sandow with him, that was a good gimmick.
Yeah, I was almost going, when I was coming off the poll for I was almost going to do the opposite. Top 12 pop culture people to appear in a wrestling, like in an episode in WWE or.
Oh yeah. You could do a lot of those. God damn.
Yeah. But JPO, what do you have for number 11?
Billy Gunn, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Tim.
I was actually going to go with China with the Third Rock from the Sun.
I'm sticking with China from Third Rock from the Sun.
That'll be another tiebreaker. I'll go Billy Gunn for Sabrina Teenage Witch.
Bring up the wheel.
Or the other comments.
No one in the chat?
Well, someone just popped in, which I'm good. But if there's someone in the chat that wants to chime in, Billy Gunn or China. But otherwise,
which DX members cameo do you like the least?
One was a 7-time World Tag Team Champion.
Shawn Michaels was also on a couple of shows, Pacific Blue and I think a Baywatch. Only Road Dogg didn't get any. I was gonna say we could nominate almost all DX, but no Road Dogg, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, Baywatch, they had everyone from WCW, like Hogan, Flair, or not Flair, Hogan, Macho Man.
Oh, that's actually kind of a sneaky, really good pick. The WCW people on the beach, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but the reel is spinning. Probably not going to see clearly.
Oh, we see it.
And
Billy
it's
Gunn,
Billy Gunn.
or lost. If you want to look at it that way. Wait, what made it? Billy Gunn or China? What does this wheel mean, actually?
Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn
Billy
made
Gunn.
number 11. China's still up for grabs.
No. I was just trying to think of, like, if it meant, he got picked, which means he gets to live, or if he got picked, that means he dies.
Yeah. But Tim, who do you have at 10?
I want to stick with China.
I'm also sticking with China. Brian.
John Cena's like.
Damn it, Brian.
JPO.
I would have said King Kong Bundy.
But it's going to be China from Third Rock from the Sun. Also, I love how Brian just sort of said John Cena first, then switched it to Billy Gunn, then switched it back to John Cena. But back to me, and it's a fun cameo, but it's kind of low on my list. I'm gonna go Bushwhackers for Family Matters. Brian, who do you have at 9?
Still stick with John Cena's like.
JPO.
Oh wait, I fucked up my list. I don't even have Bushwhackers on my thing. What? Oh, because Detroit didn't make it. Okay, fuck. I saw Detroit is on the list. In that case, Bushwhackers. Yeah, my bad.
Tim.
It wasn't going to matter because I was going to go with Carlito and Brutus Clay from Glow.
but Bush Records from Family Matters is going to be at number 9. But JPO, who do you want at 8?
No, we got Brian, don't we?
Brian, who do you want at 8?
So I'll still stick with Psych.
Boo.
JPO, who do you have at 8?
Bundy. King of Bundy.
Tim.
I'm sticking with Carlito and Brutus Clay.
And I'm going King Kong Bundy from Married with Children.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to remember that, both of you.
Actually, also, I think the show's so overrated. Look, the chick's hot.
But JPO, who do you have at 7?
Well, it's the big show.
Tim, who do you have at 7?
I was still going to stay with Carlito and Brutus Clay.
I'm going to go to the Big Show. Brian.
I will go with Big Show as well.
Big Show from Royal Pains is going to be at 7. Is it Pains or Pain?
Pains, Royal Pains.
Okay,
yes.
did get it right then.
Yep.
But Tim, who do you have at 6?
Still sticking with Carlito and Brutus Clay.
I'm going for Rowdy Roddy Piper from It's Always Sunny. Brian.
Boo.
I will go with Glow.
And JPO.
See, we him long enough. He changed his mind. I'm now going Carlito and Brodus for Blow.
So rid of that wrong. But next, I'm sticking with Roddy Piper from It's Always Sunny.
Boo.
For me, I will go with I'll go see a Punk Baron.
JPO.
CM Punk Marin.
And Tim.
I was going to go with Cena.
But CM Punk from Marin is going to be at 5. Brian, who do you have it for?
4, I will go with Psych.
JPO.
The Rock, That 70 Show.
Tim.
Ooh. Oh. I forgot about The Rock on the 70s show. I really forgot about that.
Yeah, my only logic is it's one scene. Everyone else here is kind of an arc.
Yeah. I'm still going to go with Cena and Psych.
Almost had
I'm going The Rock from That 70s Show.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh my
bring
God.
up the wheel.
It's once in a lifetime all over again. The Rock versus Cena.
For the third time.
Once in a lifetime for the third time.
Actually,
That
no,
was
for the
such-
fourth time if you want to count the WrestleMania with Cody Rhodes winning the title.
Oh, no, because it's not a match.
They were still together.
Well, then you got to count the tag match at Survivor Series. That's the 5th time. Like,
But
where
when
do we
you
draw the
add,
line?
I forgot about that tag match. Fuck, I forgot about that tag match.
Spinning.
What was that? The Miz and R-Truth too, wasn't it? That they faced?
Yeah, also
Yeah.
truth.
See,
And
I
it's
see the
going to
one
be
side
John
cross.
Cena.
His name is.
Honestly, with how entertaining R-Truth is, I'm surprised they haven't got him to cameo and stuff.
well, now that he's
Oh,
finally
and
retired
what?
from wrestling.
R-Truth.
Oh, you're talking about Truth. Yeah, that's a.
Yeah,
I'm really surprised because Truth is good.
yeah.
He did a movie once. I mean, he wasn't in it much, but he was in a movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm just surprised he didn't get any more TV roles.
yeah. But JPO, who do you have at 3?
Shit. Sorry, I was trying to get. Now I have John Cena at sight.
No, he already went.
Oh, then I have The Rock in that 70 show. Fuck. I
Yeah.
do The Rock on my
Yeah.
list.
I'm sticking. Tim, what do you have at 3?
I got The Rock.
I'm sticking with Roddy Piper. Brian.
The Rock.
But now we're down to Vader from Boy Meets World, and Roddy Piper from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So we're voting on the number 1, and I'm going Vader from Boy Meets World. Brian.
Vader.
JPO.
It's time. Yeah, it's Vader time, you know.
And Tim.
Yeah, I think this was going to be a unanimous number 1. The only time all 4 of us would fucking agree on something was it was going to be Vader. It's just so heartwarming and great, and I kind of wish Vader was in more as Frankie's dad, but
No, you don't, because if he was in more, he wouldn't have counted for the list.
well, no. If he could have been under the threshold, then he still would have counted.
Well, we said no to 4. If one more, I think would have been screwed.
But oops, I hit enter too early. Alright, but if they're our list of top 12 wrestler cameos and TV shows, at number 12 we've got Mick Foley and Marco Rikishi for the Big Show show. At 11 we've got Billy Gunn from Sabrina Teenage Witch. At 10 we got China from Third Rock from the Sun. At 9 we got Bushwhackers Family Matters. At 8 we got King Kong Bundy with Married with Children. At 7 we got The Big Show from Royal Pains. At 6 we got Carlito and Brodus Clay from Glow. At 5 we got CM Punk from Marin. At 4 we got John Cena from Psych. At 3 we got The Rock from That 70 Show. At 2 we got Rowdy Roddy Piper from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And number 1, which is not from That 70 Show, it's Vader from Boy Meets World. I totally did not edit That 70 Show out of it.
Thought you spelled world
it's
wrong,
world-
but you know.
Words.
World. It's a game.
But with that is the end of ranking for this week. But next week we're going. We're not going back to movies again. We're going to music. It's going to be top shelf Michael Jackson songs, which should be a fun time.
You know, he did a song with Eddie Murphy. I didn't know that was a thing.
But it should be a fun song. But Brian, we can be find you online.
Yeah, you find me on most choice spaces, the Pierce Code for ASAT sometimes, Multiplex, TBT. Gonna be filming match soon. Day TBT on Tim's channel for TV trivia against Brandon Westwood. Should be a good time there. Last night I did a championship for best to worst. I don't know why, but one was made number 25 for some reason. I don't know why. But I'll be there for the media tournament down the line, and anywhere else you can find me on.
JPO, we can be find you online.
The aforementioned the Pierce Go, Pierce Wrestling, and other shenanigans, Multiplex soon. And yeah, thanks for having me, Malcolm. Appreciate it. Good topic.
And Tim, we can be find you online.
You can always find me popping up whenever the word TV comes up. It's kind of like whenever you say TV 3 times, you see my face pop up going, no, let me break it down for you. But yeah, you can find me. I always help you with these ones, Malcolm. I always love doing these. It's fun subjects. Yeah, getting back into TV, got all the matches written. Now we just have to record them, of course, with Brian going against Brandon, JPO going against Papa West. I'll remember JPO's negative picks against mine. I will remember that.
I agreed with every pick you had. Do you not remember? I said yes to every one of yours.
I need to pick
don't
on
rewatch
somebody.
this episode.
I need to pick on somebody. But yeah, of course, I'm going to get back into that space. And Malcolm, anytime you need me for these ones, I always love popping on these. So that's where you can find me.
Yeah, and you can find me popping up on Tape Hosting Rankum every week. Next week we'll be here for Michael Jackson songs, which should be a lot of fun. And you can also find me on my personal channel. I host my wrestling show called Spear from the Past. Next episode will be on No Way Out from 2007. And yeah, you can and I pop up here and there. I'll be on Movie Hero Network on Friday with part 1 of the 4-part musicals tournament that is going on throughout May. And yeah, but with that is the end of Rankin for this week. And yeah, so have fun and enjoy watching TV shows.